Hey yo, what is up family? I have a bunch of Helldivers 2 leaks for you and I'm just excited to show you what I found. Make sure you follow the creators that I got some of these leaks from, and of course grab yourself a nice cup of liberty and let's get right into this. First we'll start off with the helmets. This is just the Space Age helmet. It looks incredible. There's a bunch of ones you will see that actually kind of look like Halo inspired sort of deal, and I'm really excited for those. This honestly looks kind of like some Star Wars Imperial stuff, and this has me, you know, ruffling my jammies, I'm not gonna lie. So we have a bunch of new armor. A lot of it is interesting, but not a lot of new interesting passives, to be completely honest. But there are some really cool things here. I just want to turn your attention to this one, the B8 Light Gunner. This one is a light armor with 100 armor rating, which is ridiculous. You get medium armor rating, but with the speed and stamina regen of light armor, that just seems overpowered. Or, you know, as overpowered as armor can get at the moment, but still. This one kind of reminds me of the Shocker armor in the more realistic interpretations in the Spider-Man games. Looks dope. The Clinician armor looks very interesting. This also would pair super well with that helmet because it will give you this Star Wars Imperial look, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. We are not sure which will be in the Superstore, which will be in the Season Pass, paid or free track at the moment, but still a lot of interesting stuff. This is probably my favorite one out of the bunch for obvious reasons. It basically kind of makes you look like the Predator from the, you know, from the movie series, which it's kind of dope, bro. It's kind of dope. Now, this has, let's go back to it. This has a new passive, the Electrical Conduit. It provides you 95% resistance to arc damage, which I think will be really good, especially if you roll with people who like those electrical guns or like to use the Tesla towers. I do have a video of a person going into one of those Tesla towers and surviving a bunch of shots from it, so that's gonna be interesting to see. I think this one is in game, but it's dope. You know, we've seen some of these, we haven't seen all of them. A lot of them are just incredible. This game's fashion has the potential to reach a critical mass where you can just do pretty much everything. I love this type of customization, this level of customization. It's just, it kind of gets me excited. The Gold Eagle, this is again one of my, it's basically for sure in my top 10. Now on the heavy armor side, just look at the Devastator. You look like a bomb technician in it. Whew! Ooh-wee! Kind of more like a demolitions expert. The Dreadnought, ooh, incredible. Again, bomb technician. This I really like because of the nuke symbol, but you might get the chance to look like Master Chief with the correct armor pieces and helmets. I do have also a leak coming from Reddit, which covers a bunch of interesting stuff. Now we'll just go over the capes really quick because, well, it's capes. At the moment, capes cannot be interesting because they don't have any passives or anything like this, but it's still, you know, nice to see what your fashion possibilities will be. This one I might rock for a while. There was a really cool one coming up. Yeah. So check this one out. Phew, fire! Come on, man. Come on, some of these are really freaking cool. And of course, some of these we already have in game. And we have the Truth Whisperer. This is basically a silenced rifle, so I think it will go really well with some scout armor and you will be very undetectable. I'm kind of excited to try it out just to see how it will play. Now on the side of marksman rifles, we have the Adjudicator. Looks pretty interesting. And the Justice. This is basically, in terms of looks, this is pretty much like the Railgun if it was upgraded to the max. Now over here, the Punisher Plasma. I'm really excited to try this out just because it's a new type of shotgun for us and it's gonna be really interesting to see. But check this one out. The Arc 12 Blitzer. Holy! This shotgun will blast with high voltage electricity? Sheesh! This has great potential, especially against those dumb socialist robots. We also have two new breaker variants, the Bug Biter and the Nail Splitter, the Nail Spitter. Really cool, really interesting. And the Exploding Crossbow. This will basically be your way of turning into Rambo. There's another video where there's a leak of actual gameplay with the Exploding Crossbow. I cannot wait to show you that. It looks like it's gonna be incredibly fun, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have the last 16 sickle. We've seen this in the trailer. It's pretty much an assault rifle that shoots energy blasts or heat blasts, however you want to call them, in the same vein of the last 5. It just acts like an assault rifle. It's gonna be interesting to see how it, acts with everything else. I don't have very high hopes for it, but I am still interested to see how it will play. The Plasma Scorcher, everybody knows this one. Now, this next one, I'm excited for a grenade pistol. This is basically like you have a grenade launcher as a stratagem, but instead of it being a stratagem and taking up a slot, it's just your secondary pistol. The only drawback to it that I've seen is that it has 8 bullets instead of, 2 mags of 10. But you can still close bug breaches with this, so I think, I'm almost certain actually, this will be the new meta. At least have 2 people with this. The last 7 dagger. Now for this might turn me into a heat gun type of person. Just because, it's a pistol and you don't really need to reload it. You just gotta let it, not overheat. It's gonna be really interesting. And in terms of grenades, we have 2 new ones. The stun grenade, which we already saw in the trailer. And also, we have the thermite grenade. It's gonna allow you to throw around napalm, which I'm excited for. Okay, so over here, we're going to see some gameplay of the grenade pistol. As I told you, 8 bullets. You can see that right over here. We'll see how it plays, but I'm almost sure this is going to be the new meta. Just because it's way too good. At least on paper, it's way too good. We also have some footage of the new marksman rifles. This is the one I told you about that looks like the railgun. Looks very good. The Adjudicator, I think it was called. Oh my god, look at it. And now this is the heat pistol. For bugs, it seems like it's going to be actually pretty good. But this is a difficulty 1 mission, so we cannot be too sure. But at the end of the day, difficulty 1, difficulty 9, the health pools don't really go up, only the amount of enemies you face. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this looks really cool. And this is the thermite grenade. Check it out. Oh! Here it comes. Pow! I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Okay, so this is actually another new stratagem, which is called, I believe it is called the Quasar. And basically it can 2-shot chargers. So finally some new meta stuff. Really exciting. For sure this is gonna be meta. This is gonna be the new meta for sure, just because it can 2-shot chargers. And as you can see, you just gotta let it not overheat and you don't have to reload it. Now this is the heat assault rifle I told you about. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good, but it does look interesting enough to at least give it a shot. This is another new stratagem. It's the Commando rocket launcher, and you can also see that we have the Halo buggy right over here. As far as I've seen in leaks, it fits like 2 people other than the driver. One of them will be able to actually use a machine gun on it, so that's gonna be really cool. But this rocket launcher stratagem, you can actually control where the rockets go. So check this out, the guy shoots and then turns his aim and the rocket goes wherever he aims. It seems that you can pretty much do a 180 and it will just go wherever your laser pointer is at. And finally we have the plasma shotgun. We've seen this in the trailer. I am excited for it, to be honest, but not against Terminids. This will be really good against those socialist robots though. Yeah, so this is going to be a demo of what the electric conduit armor can actually do. So you can tank, I think it was like 4 shots before you die, which is pretty freaking good. And if you don't know, you can actually get proned, and that will lower the chances of getting hit by this, which is really exciting. Yeah, let's take a look at this, the exploding crossbow. Okay, so it seems like it can two-shot a lot of the medium-sized units, which is actually pretty freaking good. And it gives you this Rambo type of situation, which is really interesting. Yeah, it can go through some armor. Now here's some more gameplay of the grenade pistol. Again, 8 shots as I told you. Against the Terminids, it seems to be incredibly good. And, you know, we should expect for it to be able to close down breaches. And now up to new boosters. So first we have localization confusion. This increases the time between enemy encounters. I'm not sure how this one is actually going to work, but at least on paper it seems to be interesting. The expert extraction pilot will lower the time it takes for the extraction shuttle to reach the extraction beacon. This will be really good on those Helldive difficulties. Now there's also some new robots. This one actually seems to have 2 autocannon cannons, one on each side. I expect it to be really good against those heavily armored units, like the Chargers and the Bile Titans. Now, in terms of supply stratagems, I already told you about the Quasar Cannon. We have a new heavy machine gun, medical supplies, this will just give you some health probably. The small missile silo. It's basically a missile silo the size of a Hellpod, and it's good for long-range destruction. It will basically give you a laser pointer that you can use to target, you know, whatever you want to destroy. We have some gameplay of that over here. It takes a while for it to arrive, but once it do, oh my god. There's an incendiary grenade launcher option as well. Whew! Okay, this has the liability of most likely killing your teammates, but on those Terminid missions, this will be so freaking good. Holy! Now there's also some stratagem called the Stinger. It's not nearly done. There's a new supply stratagem for a new pack, which we don't know a lot about, but we'll see. Here we go. There's also a defense wall stratagem. It will basically put down a wall and you will have either a machine gun or a grenade launcher on it, which might turn out to be really useful against the robots again. Just look at it, fire though. Sheesh! There's gonna be an Eagle air-to-air missile stratagem. That's gonna be good against, you know, aerial targets. The Patriot bomb. The Patriot carpet bomb. Now look at this. Now look at this. Oh my god! Holy! This looks like a freaking movie. Look at how many bombs there are. This is probably going to be the most useful stratagem for taking down any areas, and also a new stratagem for dropping troops. This is not nearly done, but you'll see basically what the idea of it is. It's probably going to be useful in terms of having extra aggro on, you know, any of your enemies. But yeah, that looks good. What we have here on Reddit. So for stratagems, it's not really a lot that we can, you know what they are. A buck thumper, that sounds interesting, but what I am most interested about is this part right here. The Illuminate, this is going to be the 3rd enemy faction. And it's pretty much confirmed. This guy was just data mining the game and checking what's already in there in terms of files. So we already have the cover. That's going to be something that we already saw. There's going to be a nuke. This is probably that carpet bomb situation. The Illuminate can call for allies and it can force choke the victim. Apparently they spit a lot of fire. Something that hints to weapon customization is some customization slots. So there's going to be an optics slot, a paint scheme, muzzles, magazines. I actually wonder if this will actually allow you to change the gun stats. That would be really interesting. We have some more data mine stuff. So new sample types, possibly. well, it says sample type, so bio, legendarium, tech. This is going to be tied again to you upgrading your ship. So make sure you actually upgrade your ship as quick as possible, I guess. Corporations, who knows what that's going to be. Some new environmental effects are going to come into play. That's going to be really good. We already know of the fire tornado and the volcanic activity and the meteor showers. So earthquakes, that's going to be good. Helmet passives, that's something I'm really excited for. Just so helmets actually have a point other than just customization. Customization slots, we already went over that. Maybe some new enemies will appear as well. New status effects, like look at this, hallucination, radiation light, and radiation heavy, so you can actually get irradiated. Civilians with pistols, that can be cool. Some new bugs, and a lot of illuminate stuff. Stratagem ranks, that's something that actually could be interesting. Galactic war events, ship customization. Imagine you being able to customize your ship. That's going to be incredible. Some new biomes and some homeworlds. That would be really freaking cool. Possibly being able to actually customize your weapon in terms of what it shoots just by changing what ammunitions it uses. That would be freaking awesome. And honestly, I think this is something that the game has a dire need of when I think about it. Yeah, so make sure you check out all the channels that I have tagged in the description of this video. Hey yo, but that's gonna be it from me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, tell me in the comments what you're most excited about, and I'll see you guys in the next one.